YouTube, this is Siobhan from A Single Woman's Chronicles. Y'all know my blog, singlewomans.chronicles.com. It's been a minute. I know for those who follow me and enjoy my videos, y'all know y'all enjoy them. I know it's been a minute, but life happens as per usual, and I am back now. I think I got a little sidetracked because I realized that my camera is like a 8 megapixel and like my iPhone camera is more than that. And it was my plan to get a new camera prior to recording again. However, that didn't happen. So you know what, I'm not going to be defeated. Not today. No, not today. I'm not going to be defeated. But I did want to come today real quick and talk about the title of the video, and that is relationship struggles. So if you've been following me for a while, you may know that I started the blog A Single Woman's Chronicles roughly about 6.5 years ago as an end result of a bad breakup. You know, I was dating a guy. We had been dating for about 3 years. Love of my life. I'm gonna marry him. All that good stuff. And guess what? He was married. It was so devastating. And how I responded to it was I created a blog called A Single Woman's Chronicles, just venting about that experience. Like, it was bad at one point. Like, I really vented a lot about it was unproductive. However, it did evolve into something more productive where I talked about my experiences in dating and how I learned from them, and then evolve into some other things where I try to inspire other women, like-minded women, to, you know, go after their goals and, you know, create avenues of income and other things like that. So anyway, I want to get to the topic of this video, and that's the relationship struggles. So what I can truly say is that since that relationship, I really haven't been in a relationship per se up until last year. I hadn't been in a real relationship like for almost 6 years. Girl, what you been doing, girl? And a lot of it is my fault. You know, I was not allowing myself to love. I was not allowing myself to let people in, let men in. So I was out there dating, but it's the moment, the second, the millisecond they started talking commitment, deuces, I was out. I had commitmentphobia. Like, it was scary because when you start to commit, you have to become vulnerable, and I wasn't about that life anymore. Like, I really wasn't about that life, that vulnerable life. It was not for me. So I can say that, you know, about 2 years ago, a girlfriend and I just had a moment one night where we went out and we were drinking a bottle of wine, listening to the water on the beach or the shore. I forget where we were, but it was water involved. And we were really talking about our situations as it relates to relationships. And what I found out about myself is that I had not gotten over the infidelity of my husband. Now, granted, ex-husband rather. I hadn't gotten over the infidelity of my ex-husband. So it wasn't allowing me to focus on, you know, bringing a new person in my life and really embracing the possibilities of a new relationship. Like, I had to learn 2 years ago, and granted, I got divorced in 2007. So 2 years ago, it would have been 7 years. I had to learn how to forgive that night. And that night when I came to that realization, I forgave him. And I let it go. Let it go. Because it was holding me back, man. It was holding me back. Like, I know we tend to hold on to those things. And I say it was holding me back because it would be little things that a man would do that would remind me of something that my ex-husband used to do. And I would just be like, oh, he like him. Like, and I would just immediately think that that's going to happen to me. It was some other things that, you know, I struggled with too. So I would meet somebody, and granted, we might have a little situation, a little disagreement, argument, and I would go confide in one of my friends, one of my single friends, like going through the same stuff that I was going through. Like, how were they gonna help me? It was unproductive because we would get into talking matches where we would just bash men and say what they were doing wrong and all that. It was just so unproductive. So I had to stop doing that as well. So about a year ago, you know, just randomly I met a man who interestingly enough, we have a lot of friends in common because of the college that we are affiliated with. And when I met him, like at that point in my life, I knew I was different, and I allowed myself to really be vulnerable. And I attempted to give him, you know, my all. I attempted to be vulnerable with him. And, you know, every now and then I do backslide into, you know, some of the actions that I used to do when I was struggling with relationships, like being passive aggressive, like with my responses, and not necessarily retaliating, but, you know, being a little petty because things weren't going my way. So, you know, and being intentional about it, and I knew what the end result would be. Like, I knew that it would be negative. Like, for instance, I'm a communicator, and I don't have a problem telling you how I feel when I don't like something, you know, as a means to communicate through it, talk through it or whatever, not to argue, fuss, or fight. Not even about that life for real, unless you just take me there. But so I would intentionally not communicate with him because, you know, something wasn't going my way, or it was something that I didn't like, and I felt like he wasn't changing fast enough or adjusting fast enough. Now, granted, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect, and I realize that he's not perfect. However, what I can say is that, you know, I've evolved in that I have allowed that relationship to grow a little bit, you know, and I say that because there's been some situations where I know that I would have bailed, I would have ran, you know, instead of dealing with the downs, you know, instead of dealing with the downs, I would just run. So I know that I'm evolving, and, you know, I've realized that I have to leave the past in the past, and that, you know, in order to move forward in this relationship, like, I just really need to focus on, you know, what's going to make us great, what's going to make us better, take the good with the bad, and just be able to communicate with him, you know, as best I can to see exactly where this will go. So that's just a little update on that. I hope everyone is doing well. I'll be back with another video soon. I just wanted to pop in real quick and give you an update on my relationship status. I'm doing well, and I haven't blogged about it, and that's crazy. Like, it's real crazy that I haven't blogged about this situation. Not intentionally. Like, I've had a few occasions in the beginning of the year where I kind of commented on some things that I felt I wasn't happy about, but it was productive. It wasn't malicious. It wasn't intended to do harm. It was definitely an intent to communicate and to grow, you know. So I will see you guys again real soon. Love you.